I'm Scott, and this is episode 9 of what makes this map great. In this series, we take a deep dive into some classic games that hold a special place in my gaming heart. We're going to uncover their amazing level design, beautiful art, creative combat encounters, as well as uncover their hidden secrets and see just how much they've influenced the gaming world. And in this episode, we're covering Quake E2M2, the Ogre Citadel. All sources used for this video will be linked down in the description below. Like, sub, do all the YouTube stuff. It's greatly appreciated. Let's get into it. The Ogre Citadel is the second level of episode 2, the Realm of Black Magic for Quake. And the creator of this map, as well as most of the maps in this episode, is the gaming legend himself, John Romero. This map is legit a Citadel castle-like structure, one that must be entered through a drawbridge. John provides several pathway options to take, including a watery moat that surrounds and goes under the Citadel itself. And of course, as the name implies, it is filled with ogres. You also have a number of supporting monsters like the knights, fiends, zombies, and yes, even a shambler. You'll be forced to navigate through some tight hallways, overlapping gameplay spaces, and engage in combat encounters that really challenge you in your ability to move with limited space. And a well-placed quad damage power-up creates for a fun combat experience that will make you smile. To give some context for this point of the player experience in Quake, it all started at the Slipgate complex, a military base that is home to a machine capable of dimensional travel known as the Slipgate. But an evil entity codenamed Quake sends its own forces through from the other side, defeating and turning all soldiers into mindless grunts. Ranger, the lone marine played by you, fights their way through with a mission to defeat this evil force and put an end to Quake. You step through the Slipgate and enter the Dimension of the Doom, a realm that is home to old haunted castles and dark underground caverns with monsters beyond our understanding. After conquering every obstacle, Ranger defeats Cthon, the realm's guardian, and obtains the Rune of Earth magic. He discovers that a rune of magical power awaits him at the conclusion of each of Quake's haunted lands. Ranger continues on to the Realm of Black Magic, which is where our journey takes place. Let's not waste any more time, let's dive right in. As usual, with the second map in any Quake episode, we get a contrasting experience traveling from a military base to another unworldly dimension. As a proper welcome to the Realm of Black Magic, we enter the Ogre Citadel. We start in a somewhat built cave. Earth-like rock and stone make up the walls, but the floor is made of large stone bricks. The torch lighting in this space flickers gently as we see a patrolling knight walk down the long hall, down a set of stairs. It doesn't notice you. We're also given some environmental storytelling in this room. Looks like some of our Slipgate Marines try to set up a temporary base here, with these supply boxes stacked up in this teleporter room. But no soldiers nearby. What happened to them? Doesn't matter. The light coming from the hallway ahead invites us to move forward. We catch up to the knight and blast it with the double barrel. Proceeding down, we get a grand transition from a tight hallway into a large outdoor area. There's the Citadel. Giant stone bricks make the structure, with large support beams holding the walls up on a precarious cliff. It appears we are in some kind of swampy region. The stone floor is covered in moss, and the cliff walls below the Citadel are covered in vines. And of course, we have a welcoming party. Knights guard the entrance of this Citadel, and the moat below appears to be home to some unpleasant creatures. Take out the knights. That's our first priority here, and Don't let their bloody blades cut you. The entryway to the Citadel has large reinforced wooden doors, and flanking them are 2 glowing red buttons. We shoot them. First opens the doors, and the second draws out a bridge to welcome us in. Upon opening the doors after shooting the first button, a fiend leaps across the moat gap and engages you. This is such a cool moment. The distance of this gap is designed intentionally to allow for the fiend to make it across with a jump attack. And we also have an ogre lobbing grenades in our direction. We make quick work of him too. At this point, we can also hear the angry snarls of another fiend down below in the moat. We actually need to take it out because our first secret is down below. You can lob some grenades down, but make sure to save 1 or 2 as you'll need them. We hop down, the water breaks our fall. The sound of insects buzzing can be heard. Paired with the dark, murky water, this was quite an immersive experience back in the day. As we make our way through the moat, we turn the corner and encounter a zombie. We saved a nade or 2 for this guy. Seems like a dead end. But continue to walk forward and we discover a secret with a lift that takes us up. It provides us a mega health. Now, this water area is expansive. It goes all along the back edge of the Citadel. You could choose to explore from here. Going left, you'll alert all the monsters along the way and have a bit of a tougher encounter throughout the map. So instead, I like to go right from here. Through this tunnel entrance, a zombie wades in the water to the right. Gibbet with a well-placed nade. This must be some kind of cesspit for the Citadel, connected to the moat. Disgusting, really. In this space underneath the Citadel, an archway is blocked with a metal slab. But Romero provides us a very obvious sign to lead us out of here. On this wall is an arrow that points up. We approach the arrow, and a lift lowers down. Step on, ride it up, and we find ourselves back in the welcoming hallway of the Citadel entrance. Good time to top off on ammo, health, and maybe armor if you haven't picked up the blue armor back across the moat yet. Now, something that we're going to experience with this Citadel interior is how wonderfully structured it is. You'll notice support columns along the walls, support beams on ceiling areas with beautiful stained glass decor. It truly feels medieval in its art design. John didn't hold back on the detailed brushwork here. Be mindful of evil satanic looking reliefs on the walls. They could be traps, like this one here. Continue down this hall carefully past the spike trap and pick up the double barrel. These stained glass windows with beautiful dragons depicted on them light up this hallway. A nice artistic touch here. But watch it, there are knights nearby. Those windows can be distracting, and then you feel yourself getting carved up by a knight. I love this next area. This is the common room of the Citadel. It acts as a central hub where all the essential pathways connect to. Romero did some great work with his detailed brushing all throughout this Citadel. Even the A-frame structures of some of these walkways and doorways, he probably looked up reference images for inspiration. This area is also a clever combat encounter. Upon turning the corner, you get rushed by the knights guarding the hallways. Additionally, you also have the ogre on a higher platform who naturally shoots grenades at you down below. Thankfully, Quake has monster infighting. It's easy for the ogre to accidentally hit a knight, which takes some pressure off of you for the moment. We take out the immediate threats and make a right. A giant wooden doorway marked with gold key is shut. We now know our main objective. To the left of the gold key doors, we see a spiraling staircase leading down. This next section is a short network of tight hallways and spiraling stairs. with threats all throughout. Heading down the stairs, you face off with an ogre, but also activate a trigger trap, opening up a monster closet with an ogre behind you. A dangerous situation. Best combat strategy here is to back up from the first ogre and engage with the ogre behind us first. The ogre at the bottom of the stairs struggles to navigate up these steps and can't aim up because they lack the shoulder mobility to lift their grenade launchers. Easy to finish from above. We continue through this tight hall and find a staircase leading up. Again, an ogre awaits us at the top with a knight behind it. If we take a couple steps back down from it, we can avoid its chainsaw, and even its nades will fly right over our head, pelt it down, and do the same with the knight. We press forward, more knights. They come charging at you from this long hallway. Easy target practice. You can always retreat backwards down the stairs to avoid their blades. This hall doorway has some nice detailed brushwork, a creative way to make a rectangular brush opening not so boring. We also have a button on the floor which, upon stepping on it, we hear a mechanical sound to our left. We look out the barred window openings and see a platform rising out of the water, as well as a fiend that is now alert of our presence. Well, we make our way to the end of the hallway and come face to face with that ogre that was tossing nades at us earlier. You might catch a nade to the face here. If you can close the gap quickly, you can juke it to use its chainsaw and immediately move out of its range of attack. In case you miss it in the last level, here we are treated to the nail gun. The stained glass windows here sort of catches your eye, guiding it down to look at the spinning nail gun. Nice use of framing to highlight its importance. Okay, so this next part plays out quickly with a fun combat encounter, but the layering of this part of the map is excellent, so I'll break it down first and then we can enjoy the mayhem. Upon turning the corner, Romero treats us to a quad damage, and you'll need it. This is a double-layered hallway with monsters patrolling above and below. There are knights, ogres, a fiend, and yes, even a shambler, which guards the gold key. You are required to run down to the end of the upper hallway, make a jump across a small gap, and press a button that will lift the iron bars in front of the gold key. That button, though, it is also a trap, causing the wall next to it to push you down into the shambler room and go toe-to-toe with it. Oh, Romero. In a way, I think this might not be a trap, to be honest. He wants us to jump in there while our quad damage is still hot and take it out quickly. So let's do this. Quad it up. I like to go in with a double barrel shot and just start blasting. With the shambler dead, we blast the red shootable button on the wall and opens the way out of this room. Don't forget to grab the gold key. Now, this window looks inviting. You peek out and might notice a familiar waterway from earlier. But this is not the window we want to hop out of. There's another one down the hall that'll lead us to the final two secrets of this map. We proceed down this lower hallway, clearing out any ogres that are in our way. Halfway, there's a window to our left. You'll know when you notice nades being tossed through it in your general direction. Take out the ogre through the window however you'd like. From here, jump onto the windowsill and be careful. Not only is the landing on the other side a bit narrow, but there are two knights waiting on this catwalk. Take the knights out and walk carefully along this walkway. Pick up the yellow armor and then discover the secret on the other side with a mega health. Now, don't go through the teleporter. We're going to take the waterway from here. Hop out the window and go left. At the end, you'll find a staircase leading up to a grenade launcher. as well as giving us access back to the double-layered hull. Now, with the secrets out of the way and the gold key in hand, we go left and navigate our way back to the common room. From there, go left, and we are back at the gold key door. Approach it to open. Be mindful of the fiend waiting to slash your guts out. Upon walking out onto this platform, it begins to lower slowly. Make haste for the opposite end and jump up through the entranceway. If you don't make it, don't worry. After it descends into the water, the platform will rise back up. You may just need to wait a couple minutes for it to return. As a side note, the layering of this map is on a whole other level. This waterway below the platform. You'll notice we got a peek of this earlier through the window bars in this upper hallway with the knights. Should you decide to go for a swim, the waterway here connects back to the cesspit with the zombie and the elevator lift with the upward arrow, looping you back to the starting hallway of the Citadel. Love it. Just a wonderful treat for map explorers to discover. But back to task. We're close to the exit. Guarding this large curving hall is an ogre and a knight, with a bit more space compared to other parts of the map. Take them out comfortably here. Now beyond is a bit of a navigation combat encounter. We are presented with a narrow walkway. Zombies block our way forward, and there's also an ogre on an upper ledge guarding the exit. Should you misstep and take a fall, you'll end up in the drink below with a fiend. And trust me, you don't want to be in this tight space with a fiend. Thankfully, should you survive it, there is a lift you can take back up and try again. You should have plenty of grenades. Take out the zombies with them, and do your best to dodge the ogre's incoming nades. Well-placed grenades will take care of it quickly. And in case you didn't fall down, make sure to take out that final fiend by lobbing some grenades down below. We need all the kills. And here we stand. This archway looks gruesome. Blood appears fresh on tapestries that might be made of skin, with evil runic inscriptions and bones stacked to make the structure. Ranger must continue his mission. We step forward to open the gateway and walk into the darkness. We get our tally screen, overlooking the wonderful ending of this map, with its narrow walkways, tall mountainous walls, and the bloody archway exit at the top of this ledge. And upon clicking through, we find ourselves at the Crypt of Decay. Probably my favorite map in this episode, which, of course, cover in a future video. So here's the part where I go over some quick trivia about our featured map. This map was referred as JRMED1 during development, which may hint that this was John Romero's first medieval map built for Quake. Romero has shared an original paper map sketch on his blog site, which I'll show here on screen for you, but I highly recommend visiting his site if you want to look at more stuff like this from his personal collection. He stated in interviews that it was extremely useful to paper map his design ideas on paper before working on it in 3D. Working in 3D editor, it took time and it wasn't easy to undo mistakes while working on your map. Shout out to Carl Raven91 for this one. I'm now checking for differences between the PC and N64 versions of Quake. And there is a difference with this map. In the N64 version, the player starts in the outside area just in front of the Citadel entryway with the 2 red buttons. There's also no knights in this space, whereas in the PC version, you start in that sort of enclosed cave-like setting and make your way down a set of stairs to reach the Citadel. I'm pretty sure this is the first level that features changes in its map geometry when selecting between normal and hard difficulties. If I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comments. But on hard mode, the final room with the narrow catwalk and zombies, that catwalk gets turned into separate little tiny platforms that creates a sort of jumping puzzle for the player to get across. This is extra challenging, dealing with zombies and an ogre that's lobbing grenades at you. Oh, and if you happen to miss a jump, well, you fall into the water pit, which has fiends waiting for you. Good times. So, what makes E2M2, the Ogre Citadel, a great map? John Romero's level design skills are evident in every detail of this map. From the Citadel structure with its multiple pathways and water moat, to the intricate interior with its medieval art design and layering hallways and rooms. The map consistently provides engaging combat encounters, forcing the player to navigate tight hallways and overlapping spaces while facing knights, fiends, plenty of ogres, and even the Shambler. We also can't forget the memorable moment of a fiend leaping across the moat upon opening the Citadel gates. It really showcases Romero's understanding of creating spaces that complement a monster's abilities. The last area of the map tests the player's ability to navigate precarious walkways to the exit while dealing with zombies and an ogre. It's extra challenging on hard mode when the walkway gets turned into platforms. The traps as well, like the spike trap near the entrance, it's designed to keep you on your toes. Also, the subtle trap near the gold key, it pushes the player into the Shambler room. It's a wonderful design choice that encourages aggressive engagement and amplifies the power fantasy while using the quad damage. And I said it before, but the layering of this map is so good. With its interconnected waterways and areas that loop the player back to earlier sections, it enhances that sense of discovery for the player. The Ogre Citadel is an excellent example of thoughtful level design, offering a challenging yet fulfilling experience. It's a map that not only tests the player's combat skills and navigation, but also leaves a lasting impression through its immersive atmosphere and memorable encounters. What are your thoughts on E2M2, the Ogre Citadel? Did the fiend leaping over the moat surprise you the first time? And if you played this map on hard mode, how did you do in that final room with the jumping puzzle and the zombies and the ogre? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe for more great gaming content. And if you're looking for more, check out this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.